everyone, I'm Kaitlin.
And I'm Jillian.
And we are the hosts of the OK Drama podcast.
We're two friends, recap and break down K-dramas one episode at a time.
Woohoo! We're back. I was gonna do the Back in the New York Groove song, but I couldn't think of a fun pun, so I just said we're back. And I ended it there. It's new drama time. Yay!
Yay!
It's like the first day of school, where you're kind of like, is this gonna work out? I hope so.
We're making new friends.
Yes, for sure. But before we jump in, let's do some housekeeping, because in our previous episode, we forgot until the very end. So, if this is your first episode with us, hey, thanks for joining us.
Hi.
I hope you like Lovestruck in the City. And if you're new, please subscribe and rate us and review us on iTunes. It's really fun. A lot of the cool kids do it, I hear.
But don't do it if you like us any less than 5.
Yes, 5 stars only, please. If you guys tweet us or something us a little proof that you gave us a 5-star rating, I will pull out some of my very famous K-drama GIFs that I made. I'm thinking of the Chang-wook kitten GIF that...
yes. Mm-hmm.
Or Grandma Side-Eye,
Grandma Side.
I can pull some out, so, just rate us a review and a good 5-star review, review rating, and I'll send you a little GIF. If
you make a comment, too, like a good comment, we'll read it also.
Mm-hmm.
That's always fun.
Yes. What else? So, if you want to follow us on the social medias, you will see said fun GIFs every now and then. I haven't been as active on Twitter because I've been really busy and, life. But I'm gonna get back into it, baby, and just expect a lot of fun GIFs because that's one of my, weird hobbies. Also, you can send us an email at okdramapodcast@gmail.com and let us know your long-form thoughts on Lovestruck in the City, or send us your GIFs that you like.
Or send us your love story.
Oh, that'd be fun. How cute.
Mm-hmm.
Also, we have an Etsy where we have, cute little fun K-drama stuff. Stickers, pins, patches.
They're cute.
They're very cute. Love my man wall pin. Love my soju and drama sticker. And we have a Patreon where you get bonus episodes where we've covered stuff like Strangers from Hell and Sky Castle and movies. And Kim's Convenience. We do Asian American or Asian North American kind of things.
Yeah, we kind of open up the Patreon to a little broader TV pop culture stuff.
Yeah, fun stuff. Okay, I think that's it, right?
I think so.
Cool, yeah, basically just open up the show notes. Oh, there's also links to Daebak Box and Fashion Chingu. You can pick up some, real cute stuff. Use your stimmy.
I kind of want to use a little chunk of my stimmy to go to Fashion Chingu and fucking get that goddamn man wall outfit that I like so much.
You should.
The dollar symbols. I don't know why I like that fucking denim and dollar symbol sign outfit so much, but I just fucking want it. Ugh.
I really want to see you in that outfit.
I was tempted to buy it a couple of weeks ago, and I was like, oh wait, they're $50-some each. Never mind.
Yeah. The thing about Fashion Chingu is I feel like they're good quality items.
Yeah.
They're not freaking, what's that website called? Wish? Is that what it's called? Where you're like, oh, what the hell is this? They're good quality. So shout out to Fashion Chingu.
Yeah. Agreed.
Y'all are great. So yeah. Lovestruck in the City. Before we introduce it, what are your how are you feeling? Did you know anything about this drama? I know you're not
Nothing.
really on the Korean internet, but...
Yeah, I knew nothing about it. I can't really decide how I feel about it right now either. I have to say, I like that they're short episodes because sometimes, even though I like the drama a lot, I can be like, oh my god, when is it gonna end?
Yeah.
And I didn't feel that way with this show. But there's also a lot of characters, and there's a lot of jumping around, and I know I'm going to have such a hard time remembering who everyone is. I don't know. I don't know how I feel so far. It hasn't quite excited me yet. I'll say that.
Yeah. I'm worried that this might be a show in which it might be a lot more fun if you have a good understanding of the Korean language. Because it jumps around so fast, and I feel like there are kind of like puns or whatever that we're missing, and because I was reading some recaps, shout out to Drama Beans, one of my favorite places on the internet, very high quality recaps, and they were talking about stuff, and I was like, oh, I missed that. Like, it's just a really fast paced show, and this is, I think, technically a web drama.
Okay.
So it's not like on a traditional TV network, which might be why the episodes are so short. So, but it's on Netflix, and I think this is kind of another K-drama where it's like, watch it on Netflix and not on like a cable channel or something.
Yeah.
Whereas basically all of the other ones that we've watched, the global release has been through Netflix, but they're still on a Korean cable TV channel. So, yeah. Also, I was not expecting it to be like a documentary / mockumentary style. That is very interesting. I do feel like maybe it'll get more endearing as we become closer to these characters. But also, it is one of those shows where I feel like I could probably just easily watch this and kind of turn off my brain for 30 minutes and just see what happens. Like, I don't know how invested I'll feel. Like, in the Uncanny Counter, where I felt devastated when people, you know, had hardships, or, you know, Hotel de Luna, where Alex still feels devastated.
Alex stopped watching K-dramas.
Yes. I don't think that will be happening, but it might just be like a fun little distraction.
A fun little love drama.
Yeah. So, again, like you said, I'm happy that they did not try to stretch this out into an hour long, 17 episodes. Like, it's a lot. Okay, so we're gonna plagiarize some Wikipedia. The drama is called Lovestruck in the City. That's the English name. Or the Korean. Here we go. 도시남녀 도시남녀 사랑법, which literally translates to the way of love of city men and women. I feel like that's a lot more words than that, but okay. So it is a 2020-2021 South Korean short form romance drama starring Chang-wook and Kim Ji-won. Directed by Park Shin-woo, the series depicts the real love stories of young people who live fiercely in a complex city. The short form drama, which is the first in a multi-part series titled as City Couples Way of Love, was premiered on Kakao TV on December 22nd, 2020. So I thought that was interesting. I guess it's like an anthology series where this is the first.
Odd. Okay.
Yeah. Definitely interesting. So, let's go on to Hey, I Know That Guy. We should know some people. Did you recognize all these people? The 4 that I listed?
No, not the first one.
Chang-wook?
Yeah.
The K2?
Is he the lead?
Yeah, he's the main guy in the K2.
No, I did not recognize him.
Okay. Well,
I recognized Kim Ki-bum.
Yes.
Right away.
Kim Min-suk. Kim Ki-bum.
The girl from Descendants, I didn't recognize her at first. Until, like, I kept watching. She has the eyes. Yes. But the hair is just, like, totally different from Descendants, that it transforms her face.
Yes. She's, like, a wildly different character also. Yeah. I think it's very funny that you didn't recognize Chang-wook.
Maybe it's because I really just did not like the K2.
Maybe.
I just, like, threw that out of my brain.
Yeah. He also, I mean, this is probably, like, what year are we in? I don't know, like 7 years later?
Oh,
I don't think it's that long, but, like, about that.
It's been a minute since.
It's been a minute. He went to the military. He's in his 30s now.
Is he playing the main boy that we're seeing mostly? Okay.
The main guy that's with the girl from Descendants of the Sun.
Yeah. I'll pay more attention next time.
Okay.
He needs to have a suit and a white blanket.
Oh my god.
I think it was a white blanket.
Yeah, and like quietly have a weirdly flirtatious but also dangerous relationship with an older woman.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, he was in the K2, Healer, Suspicious Partner, Melting Me Softly. Of this list, I mean, he's been in a lot of other things, too. It's interesting because Healer and Suspicious Partner are some of my favorite all-time dramas, and the K2 and Melting Me Softly are not. I would put those on my stinker list.
I mean, people can't always pick a good series.
No, and you know what? To be fair, a lot of people love the K2. It just didn't hit with us.
No. It wasn't our gig.
No. Okay, so Kim Ji-won, like we said, Descendants of the Sun. She's been in a ton of things lately, working hard. She was in Mr. Sunshine, which I still have yet to watch because I don't want to be sad, but she, spoiler alert, I think she has like a cameo with the guy that plays Soda Young.
Ah, cool.
So, Kim Min-suk, who plays Choi Kyung-jun, who played Kim Ki-bum in Descendants of the Sun. He has a very distinct face.
Yeah, I recognized him immediately.
And did you recognize our last guy?
I didn't. No.
Ryu Kyung-soo plays Kang-gon in this show. He was in Itaewon Class. He was that guy.
Yeah, I looked him up before we started recording.
You're like, who in Itaewon Class?
Yeah. It's like, I liked that show. Which one is this? Who is he in the series? Like,
he's the author, I guess, who's like, I haven't had sex in 2 years.
Okay. I'll have to pay closer attention next time.
Yeah. Yeah, these first 2 episodes really focused on, like, the main couple a lot, so I don't think he got a lot of screen time in this.
And I know,
first
like,
2 episodes.
The other characters, it's fast. Like, it's jumping from one person to the next in all of their responses.
Yeah.
And you're stuck trying to read all the subtitles.
Yes, for sure. That's kind of what I was saying. Like, I feel like if you knew Korean well, you'd be like, oh, it's fun. But, like, when you don't, you're like, this is really fast and I need to read.
Give me a second.
Yeah. There's also a lot more Hey I Know That guys, but these are the 4 that I thought you would know.
Okay.
I also feel like this show might have, like, a lot of cameos. Like, hey! Like, hey, I know that guy! Moving forward, I know one of the boys from SHINee is in this show, and spoiler alert, it was only supposed to be 16 episodes, and they made it 17, so they could give him an episode.
Wow.
I don't know why they did that, but they did it, so We'll look forward to that when it comes.
We'll see if it was worth it.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Should we jump on in?
Let's jump.
All right. Episode 1. Lovestruck in the City. Park Jae-won's first day of vacation starts with a spontaneous sing-along in a sunlit van and ends with fireworks. Mm-hmm. And Yoon Soon-ah by his side. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. So we are introduced to the show by a narrator. The show is shot partially as a documentary style and partially as narrative flashbacks. The director starts the show by saying, "One day we wanted to know how men and women in the city date. To satisfy our curiosity, we decided to follow several men and women in the city." Then we meet our 6 main characters: Park Jae-won, Lee Eun-oh, Choi Kyung-jun, Soo Rae-ni, Oh Soon-young, and Kang Gyeon. Gon?
I think Gon. Yeah.
Kang Gon. I feel like I said all of them okay, and then I fucked up on that one. All of them are in their late 20s or early 30s. Mm-hmm. We then see the characters' first interactions with the camera, and we learn a little bit more about them, and just a little awkwardness of like, oh, you're filming?
Yeah.
Is this filming? Do I talk?
Uh-huh.
What's happening? We can see that some of the characters know each other, and then there are also some that haven't met yet.
Yeah, and it seems like it's somewhat anonymous. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know. It's kind of a confusing format. Like,
it had me wondering, how were these people picked?
Yeah.
Like, who knew that these people knew each other?
Yeah, for
and
sure.
And decided to put them together for this weird experiment.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. The director...
Don't really think about it.
Yeah. Don't think too hard. The director/producers ask the characters about what type of people they are compatible with. And we start to focus on Eun-oh and Jae-won, and we realize that they have a history with each other. Mm-hmm. It seems like they had a messy breakup, and both sides blame Eun-oh.
Yeah. He's like, she's a bad person.
And she's like, I'm bad.
Yeah, I'm a bad person.
We then get a flashback to 2019, so long ago, and we see how they met. Jae-won travels to Jeju Island, and Eun-oh picks him up from the airport. They've never met, but they seem to have mutual friends. Mm-hmm. Eun-oh is very outgoing, and she helps him get set up in the camper, and eventually they run into each other at a party that their friends are throwing, and there's this, like, romantic moment with fireworks, and Jae-won takes Eun-oh's hand for the first time. Mm-hmm. And they, like, win some silly game or something, and it's just, like, beautiful and magical. It's like, oh my god, I like this person.
Yeah.
Throughout their story, we keep cutting back to the present, and we learn more about the different characters and their perspectives. The other characters question whether or not this story is real as Jae-won and Eun-oh start to reminisce.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Basically, the characters are like, that doesn't seem real. Fireworks. Because, and this is the part that confuses me. Like, are these people, like, do they have a group chat and people don't realize the group chat is, like, anonymous and they're just telling each other stories? Or, like...
That's what I was confused by also. Like, how are they responding to each other? Or are the producers just, like, telling them everything everyone else is saying? Or
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Interesting. In my head, the way it works is it's like, they put you in a group chat, and it's like, the producers give you a prompt, and you can, like, write about it in the group chat to, like, see what other people think, but also you, like, talk it out with your camera.
Yeah, too. That would make the most sense.
If I was doing it, that's how... If I was the producer of the show, that's how I would do it. But yeah, so the characters are, like, kind of interesting so far. We'll get into it more in episode 2, but, like, we've got a cool girl who's like, I don't really give a fuck, and I'm happy being independent. And then we have the guy from Itaewon class who's an author who doesn't seem to date a lot. And then we have our main couple that seems messy. And then we have our cute little baby couple that we'll focus on in the next episode.
Yes.
But yeah, after I watched episode 1, I was like, okay. After episode 2, I did kind of want to watch more, though. So
I definitely found episode 2 to be more interesting and entertaining.
Yeah.
Episode 1, I was kind of just like, okay.
It definitely had that episode 1 thing of, like, setting stuff up.
Mm-hmm.
It just wasn't very elegant about the way
Yeah.
But yeah, so let's jump into episode 2. It's called, How Do You Initiate Your First Sex? I'm wondering if it, again, like, maybe had a better flow to it in Korean. The synopsis says, Jaewon teaches Sona how to surf. The two give in to their feelings, but Jaewon feels betrayed when he wakes up to find Sona with someone else. The funny thing about these synopses, it's like literally the whole show.
Yes.
When before we were like, they left out this very crucial part. It's like, nope, this is the episode.
Oh, sorry. Okay, so in the in my episode, it's listed. Wait, as Uno, who is.
Yes. So Uno. So that's part of the show. She gave him a fake name.
That's right. Okay, it's been a minute since I've watched this episode. Also, okay.
That's true. Yes.
I was like, wait, what happened? Was I saying the wrong name?
I don't know if she gave him a fake name, but like, he's calling her by not her name.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's also confusing. All right, so the question for this episode is about initiating sex, and we hear from all of the characters, and this is where we figure out, like, that the guy from Itaewon class hasn't had sex in 2 years, and they kind of go into, like, how the guys are, like, kind of bluffing, and how the girls, prefer a discussion beforehand, and, like, being more open, etc. But at the beginning, we start to focus on what I'm calling the baby couple, even though they are all around the same age as each other. They just seem smaller. Like, small. Anyway. So that is Rin-yi and her boyfriend Kyung-jun. And Kyung-jun is Jaewon's cousin. They work together. And Rin-yi is, like, unemployed, ? She just does a lot of, like, odd jobs, I guess. So Rin-yi and Kyung-jun have been dating for 5 years at this point in the present day. And we learn that Rin-yi is the one who asked about sex first. And she is like, we've been doing this for a while, like, when are we going to do it? And it was at a movie theater. Very, bad timing. Jill would have raised an order card on her.
I absolutely would have raised an order card, and I would have given them an eye. Major side eye. Just
talk about this later.
Go fuck in your car. Let me enjoy my movie and my fucking tofu
Popcorn?
banh mi over here.
Oh my god, I missed that
I
so much.
Too. Andrew's like, can we please go back to Draft House? I miss it.
I know, me too. I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, fuck, I just want those freaking banh mi sandwiches.
Their giant pretzel.
Yes. Oh, and just some popcorn and a Sprite and...
They also, I remember they had just gotten, like, vegan cookies, too.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Their avocado toast, they never brought it to San Antonio, but the Austin location had this, like, really good avocado toast that had cucumbers and, like, sprouts on it. Oh.
I feel like they had it at Park North for a while. I feel like Andrew got it a couple of times.
Okay. Well, anyway, love Draft House. I miss it.
I miss it,
Can't wait to go back. Soon. Okay. So yeah, he's like, what? You know, not expecting that. And it's like, so it kind of goes back and forth again, like, then we see what's-his-face, Kyung-jun, saying, like, yeah, it was, like, no big deal, and then Jaewon being like, he was like, hey, have you had sex before? Like, asking, I guess, kind of, like, in a dorky way.
Mm-hmm.
But then we see a flashback of, like, their first time having sex, and it's kind of, like, awkward, but sweet, I guess, and I don't know. It's a thing, I guess.
It's a scene.
They both seemed, like, very in love with each other, and it was, like, very awkward, but again, like, there was a lot of love, so that was nice, I guess. It wasn't gross in any way. So, then we cut back to the main couple, Jaewon and Uno. Uno, like, I'm just thinking of the card game.
Yeah, same.
And we see, I feel like they didn't pronounce it like that, though, but I don't know. I'm gonna have to pay attention to how they pronounce her name. Not like Uno, the card game. Okay. We see their flashback and how they started dating. So basically, she was like, oh, he's cute. And kind of just, like, latched onto him after that night where they held hands and fireworks went off. And, yeah, they just started to hang out a bunch on the island. And he teaches her how to surf, and she teaches him how to drive, and blah, blah, blah. So one day, after he's teaching her to surf, she hits her head, like, on fucking ocean rocks, which is another reason why I don't like the ocean. Like, there's too much danger out there.
Too much unknown.
Yes. Like, the ocean can just take you away and fuck you up in a second. Real scary. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. She hits her head, and Jaewon cleans her wound. Wow. Wound cleaning scene already, episode 2.
Amazing.
Gets that little first aid kit out. And I thought she was, like, concussed. Like,
yeah, that looked like a bad hit.
Yeah, and she was, like, acting kind of crazy. She was like, I'm not scared. Like, she was really hyper almost. Yeah. So, yeah, it's, like, very tender. He's cleaning her wound. They start to kiss. They move it to the camper. Stuff gets hot and heavy. Blah, blah, blah. So, before, I guess, they, like, start fully doing it, Jaewon tells Uno that he loves her, which is kind of intense, because we realize that they've only known each other for a week.
Yeah, time hasn't moved on since we last saw them.
No, yeah.
Time's moved on, like, 15 hours.
Yeah, I kind of thought, like, oh, he said he was going to be there for, like, 20 days or whatever. And, like, this is, like, day 17. But no, it was, like, day 7. So, either way, only 20 days is kind of a lot to be like, hey, I love you.
Yeah.
But I guess if you're spending, like, every minute of every day with someone, maybe...
Sometimes when you know, you know.
Speed up the process. That's true. But... So... Like I said, we kind of keep flashing back and forth to, like, present day in the flashback. And present day Jaewon was like, I know I rushed it, and, like, I shouldn't have said it, but I did, and I meant it at the time, and, like, I didn't regret it. But it bothers him now, because, like, Uno didn't say it back, she just smiled. Which, I don't blame her, like...
Yeah.
What do you say to someone when you don't know if you love them back? Just like...
She was like, I just wanted a bone. Thanks.
Yeah. I just wanted to have some fun. You're cute. Let's do this thing. Not have a serious conversation in this tiny little camper on the beach. Okay. So, yeah, so his present day is just kind of dwelling on this, like, she never said anything, and kind of what the fuck. But it especially bothers him now because we see that, like, I guess, you know, they boned, slept over. He's like, what a great night. As he's waking up and she's not there, he stumbles out of the little camper and he sees her with another man hanging out with a dog, which is not a great feeling, I bet.
Mm-mm.
I've never experienced that, but I can only imagine. Would not feel good. Present day Uno says that it was a spur of the moment kind of thing and that they only had sex once. And then present day Uno and Jaewon both realize they are part of this project. Uno says that she knew from the jump, I guess, or she knew early on. But Jaewon is just kind of realizing, like, oh shit, like, we're telling the same story, I guess? And he's like, tell her she's a bad person and that I hate her. Or something like that. Like, basically he's pissed off. She reveals that she takes full blame for their breakup and owns up to being a bad person because she didn't show him the real her. She even had a fake name, which is why she's Uno and Son also.
How do we even call this a breakup?
I know.
Or, like,
it seems like a fizzle out. Well, I don't know. Maybe they spent more time together, but
maybe. I don't know.
We have to watch episode 3.
It just seems like they met. She picked him up from the airport. They went to that party. They held hands. And then, like, a day or two later, he took her surfing. And then they boned. And then
while she had a concussion.
Yeah. Taking advantage.
I know.
Yeah, I don't know. It just doesn't seem like a breakup per se to me, but I don't know. What do I know?
Yeah, I mean, he seems very intense, which I think is a lot. And I guess he felt it was like a love at first sight thing for him. So maybe they're just translating the word breakup. But maybe there's like a better Korean word.
Yeah.
That's not breakup. Because it's basically like they were quote unquote talking.
Yes.
And now they stopped talking.
Yeah, they were like talking, but they never actually confirmed that they were dating or anything, and then that's it.
Have we talked about a some relationship on this podcast before?
A what?
A some. Okay. So I heard this term in a drama a few years ago. I actually brought it up to one of my coworkers fairly recently, but it's like they call it a some because it's something more than just friends. It's like it's something, but it's not quite a full on relationship. So yeah, I would think this would be like we're a some. It's a some relationship.
I can see that.
Because one of my coworkers was talking about like the setting people up, and like a lot of my coworkers are older, and they were saying like, I don't get what this like talking thing is. Like, why do people say they're talking? Like, in my day, that was dating. And I was like, well, now dating is like more of a commitment.
Yeah.
And like, whatever. And I was like, in Korean, there's this thing called a some relationship where it's like their version of just talking.
That's funny.
Anyway, yeah. So, I'm excited to see like how this moves forward, and like I want to see more of the other characters.
Definitely.
Because, there is that girl who's like, I just get drunk and I have sex when I want to. And I'm like,
that gym teacher.
Yeah. So, and that Kang-gon guy who hasn't been in a relationship, but
he should talk to that girl.
Yeah. But he did appear to, like, be hanging out with Uno. Did you notice that?
Mm-mm.
Like, there was a shot where they were kind of, like, panning to the different characters. And, like, they met up with each other on the street.
Oh, yes. I know what scene you're talking about.
So, that's interesting. Anyway, we'll see.
Yeah, I have 0 predictions. I don't know where this is going.
Yeah.
I don't know if I love it yet. I'm just gonna watch.
Yeah. I have a feeling it will be a, like, solid B show of, like, it's fun. Who knows? Maybe by the end of it, we'll be like, oh my god, it was so good.
Yeah, definitely. It can surprise us.
Yeah. Do you have any fashion that stood out to you?
Nothing I can recall, but it has been a while since I saw these.
Yeah.
I think I saw them like 2 weeks ago or something.
Yeah. I forgot to take a mental note. I mean, I think Chang-wook looks great as always. It was weird seeing the girl from Descendants of the Sun with long hair. That's about it. We got some... It is interesting to see, like, Korean beach vibes. Like, Korean surfer...
Yeah.
vibes. But, yeah.
That's a different setting.
Mm-hmm. Do you have an I love you moment?
No.
Yeah. I guess if I had to pick one, it would be, like, the little baby couple, as I'm calling them. Their first time, I guess. But, again, it's, like, really short and...
just kind of awkward, too.
Awkward. Yeah, so hopefully we'll get some more good stuff as the show continues. But...
yeah, I'm interested and hoping that Twitter didn't let us down. And this is a little gem. And it's just going to take a couple episodes. So we'll see. Yeah.
Let us know. No spoilers, but just be like, guys, it's so worth it. You're going to love it.
Yeah.
But don't overhype it.
Yeah, don't downplay it too much. Don't overhype it. Be just right. And don't spoil anything, but tell us enough to know that it's going to be good.
Yes. And very early on, but, like, let us know what we should watch again. You know what? I feel like after this, we should just watch Reply 1988, because it's come second in, like, the past 3 polls we've done.
I'm cool with that.
I feel like we should just do it.
All right.
I'm picking it now, unless...
all right.
Unless a new drama comes along where I'm like, I really want to watch this one.
Oh my god. Well, as of now, it is locked in. We'll see what it looks like at the end of this series.
Yeah. We shall see in, like, however many weeks that's going to be. 8, I guess.
8-ish.
8-ish weeks, yeah. Okay, well, do we have anything else we want to talk about?
I don't think so.
Okay. Me neither. Check back with our previous episode where we go over the Uncanny Counter to hear some of my, like, K-pop, K-drama thoughts and stuff. Like I feel weird repeating them.
Other K-corner?
Yeah, my other K-corner. I've just been... I don't know what I've been spending my time on, but... oh! No, guys, I watched Scarlet Heart whatever, Moonlit Lovers whatever. Whatever order those words are supposed to be in. Guys, it was really sad, and I don't know how I feel about the ending. Tell me how you guys feel about the ending. IU was very good in it, but I did not expect it to be like that, and it was a very big, what the fuck? So, I I kind of want to spoil it. Like, I kind of want to tell you what happens.
I'm not going to watch it, but I don't know if listeners are going to watch it, so.
Okay, guys, if you don't want to hear the ending of Scarlet Heart, whatever, blah, 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 goodbye. Thank you for listening. Starting now, I will continue to spoil it. Okay, so it's a historical drama. This girl, like, falls through a portal through time and space, I guess, and, like, gets transported back to, like, the very beginnings of, like, the Goryeo, like, fucking year 300 or something. I don't know. Like, not that far back, but 900 years ago, 2,000 years ago, whatever. And, she basically, is, like, I guess a past life self or something? I don't know. And she's a girl in, like, a wealthy family. Her cousin is married to one of the princes, and she basically becomes friends with all these princes, blah, 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 falls in love with them, just stays in this old body until, like, the very end. And she kind of has, like, a love triangle with these two princes. And, so you think, like, they're gonna end up together and they're gonna be happy, but no, the guy that she ends up being with goes kind of, like, crazy, and she ends up leaving the palace, but secretly has his baby, but just dies. Like, she gives birth and just dies, and then she, like, wakes up, and she's in the present day, and she, like, starts to remember, like, and realizes, like, oh my god, it really happened. But she's like, and then she, like, misses the guy that she fell in love with. And that's it. There's, like, no resolution. Like, because he's like...
So she went through a portal, but then she wakes up just in normal times, like, nothing?
Yeah, I don't really understand the mechanics of that. Well, because it was almost like an eclipse happens.
Okay.
And so the way it happened is, like, it starts off in present day. She's, like, having a bad go at life. Like, her boyfriend cheated on her with her best friend. But she goes to a little pond, lake thing to just drink and, like, hang out, I guess. And then she jumps into the pond to save a boy because he, like, fell out of a boat. And she ends up drowning. And then an eclipse happens, and that's how she gets taken back to the whatever time.
So she wakes up after she has been in the water, like, almost drowning.
Yeah, she wakes up, and she's in, whatever, the year 900 or something. But then But
she didn't die when she drowned.
I guess not, no.
Okay.
She was just in a coma for, like, 2 years.
Yeah, but, like, it just sounds like she made all this shit up in her coma-induced mind.
But, like, it's crazy because she had changed history. So, like, she goes thinking, like, oh, these are the kings, blah, 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 blah. But then she's like, no, I'm gonna make these people not murder people, and, like, I guess it changed it. I don't fucking know. It was weird. It was great to watch, but then I was like, what's happening? Why aren't these people happy and in love, and why didn't they leave the palace? And why is he trying to become king, and why did he kick her out and kill her best friend? And, guys, I don't know about that one. I, like, binged that while I was recovering from my tooth surgery, so. Yeah. I'm kind of glad we didn't watch that one for the pod, because I was like, well, one, you can't really legally watch it. Two.
One of those.
It's one of those. Two, it was full of, like, what is why? Why, though?
I'm sure not as bad as School Nurse Files.
No, yeah, I understood what was happening. I was just frustrated, like,
why are we going in this direction?
Yes, like, you could have been so happy. And also, I did feel uncomfortable that one of the characters was like, my wife died. And I'm already in love with someone else. But I guess that's historical dramas for you. People...
You gotta have a wife.
Yeah, I mean, you have multiple wives, you have concubines, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Kings, queens, people marrying their half-siblings, etc. So, that was my other little K corner. Guys, let me know what you thought of that drama. And let us know what you think of this drama. The Lovestruck in the City one.
That's the one.
That's the one. Do you have anything else?
I do not.
Okay. Well. Rate and review. And we'll talk to you guys next week.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Okay, drama.